Hi everyone, in this lecture we're going to discuss and look into goalkeeping and how we can best approach the development of our goalkeepers as an outfield coach. It's really important when working with goalkeepers and having goalkeepers incorporated into your sessions that we consider their 5-corner development also. What I'd like you to do now is a task based around the goalkeeping topics. Can you come up with a list of all the goalkeeping topics that you think are important for your young goalkeepers? Feel free to discuss this if you're working in groups, or gather your thoughts and make notes individually. This task should take you approximately 5 minutes. Okay, hopefully you've had a chance to survey those goalkeeping topics and you've come up with some similar topics that we've identified, including shot stopping, general handling, footwork, dealing with crosses, dealing with 1v1s, communication, positioning, distribution and decision making. What I'd like you to do now is identify from that list the 4 key priorities when working with goalkeepers. Take 5 minutes to complete this task. Hopefully you've had a chance to identify the 4 priority areas when working or looking to develop goalkeepers. And the 4 we've identified are communication, positioning, distribution and decision making. What I'd like you to do now is, for those 4 key priority areas that you can see on screen, I'd like you to come up with some methods that you as outfield coaches can employ to help develop a goalkeeper in these 4 areas. How can you develop a goalkeeper's communication? How can you develop their positioning skills? How can you develop their distribution? And how can you improve their decision making? Can you come up with some methods that will help you as outfield coaches develop your goalkeepers in these 4 areas? This task should take you approximately 10 minutes, and feel free to work together in a group or work individually. Okay, hopefully you've had a chance now to look at how you can use methods to help goalkeepers develop across those 4 key priority areas. And the first one I'd like to share with you is communication. And I think for young goalkeepers especially, they often find it challenging to communicate to their peers. And due to the distance they're often away from their outfield players, it's a challenge for them to project their voice. So something we can do as outfield coaches is help them develop a mini vocabulary, giving them some key buzzwords that they can shout to their teammates in order to pass on information. And some of those key buzzwords could be higher, deeper, hold, narrower and wider. So with those 5 key buzzwords, that young goalkeeper now has the vocab to communicate with the back 4 or back 3 that's in front of them. And hopefully by using key buzzwords, the goalkeeper finds it easier to communicate in just a short, snappy keyword. And this can also help the outfield players. Rather than listening to, lads, I need you to push higher up the pitch, it can just be communicated by the goalkeeper shouting higher. So better for the young goalkeepers, shorter words to communicate, but also easier for the outfield players to understand. And then as coaches, after we've developed this vocabulary or key buzzwords with our goalkeeper, It's about how we encourage and evaluate the goalkeeper's use of these. So encourage and give positive feedback when they've been allowed and given good information, and then continuing to discuss with them how they can better use and develop this vocabulary wider and using more key buzzwords. Looking at a goalkeeper's positioning now then, you can see on screen a small-sided game that's been designed using Sports Session Planner. And what I'd like you to think about is what's missing from the graphic you can see. Take 2 minutes to complete this task. See if you can identify what's missing for the goalkeeper.